Hello, and welcome back to 10 out of 10 with Watch Again with Lauren and us.
Hello.
We're going to kick off part 2 of our Stranger Things overview, Electric Boogaloo. This episode we're covering season 3 and season 4. And if you are triggered or any type of way about any slander of season 3, skip to like the middle of the episodes. Because, by the way, tangent right off the bat, is anybody else clocked that Spotify is giving us like subtitles and like chapters in our episodes? It's absolutely mental.
It's pretty bizarre.
But like the chapters are really weird, but also make us sound like we're making really distinct points. Like, see when we're just slagging things and it's like, oh, the downfall of da-da-da, and I'm like, oh, aye, we meant that, aye. And also, Spotify's doing really well picking up the Scottish accent. Some words, not so much, but you know. Like,
it's a bit all over the place.
it's pure bizarre, but so anyway, Spotify will tell you where in the episode season 4 starts, and just bounce to season 4 because we are going to rip season 3 for filth.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, we start off season 3 in the brand new Starcourt Mall in Hawkins. Why a town of 2,000 people needs a mall this size, I don't know, but why it isn't. Anyway, the Russians are underneath the mall, the Russians, capital T, capital R, and they're building a machine to open the gate to the Upside Down because the Cold War, something like that.
It is as stupid as you're like making it out, so you're completely 100% here.
Genuinely, it's just who's the enemy this season? The Mind Flayer and the Russians.
Yeah, like way to stick with every 80s cliche.
And see, right, I kind of flip-flop this season because sometimes I'm here for it and other times I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, I remember when we first watched this season and you hated it straight off the bat, whereas I was like, no, it's fine, I like it, because I just refused to hate anything Stranger Things related. But it's just, this season is like, it's like far too opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
It is juxtaposed to itself.
Listen,
I'm trying to get eloquent up in here.
Aye.
I'm trying to make it sound like the fuck I know what I'm talking about, right? But what I mean by that is you have like the visceral, grisly Mind Flayer, which is basically made up of like exploded human bodies and rats and like all the grime and horrendousness.
Yeah.
And there's some really dark, brutal, grim deaths.
Uh-huh.
Then on the opposite side, it's like this weird comedic slapstick, like everyone's shouting at each other, and I don't know if they're trying to be funny, but nothing's really landing. It's just, it's a bit all over the shop this season.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the need for comic relief, because when it gets dark in this season, it gets dark, and I mean that in both ways, that it can be quite violent and you can't see fuck all.
Yeah, that was like the trend when this came out.
Yeah.
Like everything was just like black. Like, remember that Game of Thrones episode? It was supposed to be like this huge battle and you couldn't fucking see it. And
yeah, the whole thing they've been waiting for in that fucking show, and couldn't see a thing. But regardless, right, Game of Thrones is a total different kettle of fish. We get into that at like a few year time, right?
When Ross can bear to rewatch it.
But it's just so bizarre, as you said, like nothing lands this season, and it's just so like loud, you know what I mean? Like it's so bright, so loud, and it's like very obnoxious the way they're acting. I'm like, why is that being made? Like, why is that decision being made?
This is definitely the season where every character is just one note.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Will, sad. Mike, sad that Eleven's dumped him. 11, I need a personality. Hopper, just fucking raging at everybody all of the fucking time. Steve, with his fucking Russian red lipstick from MAC going on. I don't know who the fuck gave him the Fenty Bomb lip gloss, but Jesus Christ, like, I don't know I can't remember if it was that noticeable at the time or if just tellies have gotten better since season 3 came out, but I can see your foundation line, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve. But yeah, no, like, even like, everybody's wearing like super over the top bright caricature colours, and this is what my sister would call bad 80s. Do you know what I mean? Like over the top cheesy, like everything's fucking neon. And it's like, relax, chill, calm down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, oh, it's such a bizarre turn. Like, Stranger Things has always been better when, see, like, your humour and that's been subtle.
Yes.
But in this season, like, there's stuff they throw in and it doesn't land.
No.
And a lot of it's to do with, like, the references they make. And is it, that only works if you were, like, there. And a lot of your viewers and that, like, aren't of that age.
Yeah, like the bit where Lucas is drinking, is it New Coke?
No Coke, yeah.
And we didn't know what that was, and it was only when like a fucking Watch Mojo video came out and basically talked about the uproar that was New Coke,
Yeah.
and that they had to bring it all back and stuff, and it nearly bankrupted them and yada yada. But not a fucking clue. When I watched it the first time, I was like, eh? Like,
Yeah, like, it means nothing to us, and as I say, a lot of people, so why are you trying to force all this in? Like, yous are so much better than that.
yeah.
And they have been so much better than that, so I can never get behind this season. There's not a lot of good parts in this season.
This season also really suffers from the Prisoner of Azkaban effect. And what I mean by that is in the third and fourth Harry Potter movie, this is when the kids realised that they were actors and
Yeah.
actually looked about and went, fuck, we're surrounded by like Gary Oldman, like
Yeah.
and David Thewlis and all this kind of stuff. So they like really put effort into acting, which then meant that they were all overacting. And I do feel like this season falls into that trap. Will Byers, I'm fucking looking at you, mate, but we'll get into him in about 5 minutes. But the only reason that this gets away with it is because 90% of the cast is actually talented.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Also, we love the characters so much at this point that it's like, fine, I'll let you away with it this
Yeah.
once. Do you know what I mean? But because most of them are actually good, it just means that the ones that are shit are, one, more obvious,
Yeah.
but two, then have to be carried by the rest of the cast. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and it's a weird thing because see the ones that we feel aren't great, is that they're the ones getting hit with all like the heavy monologues and everything. Is it so? How can like the directors and that not see that you might not be there yet to deliver a monologue the way they want, but like even this season's very bad for us. It this could have done with another few takes for some of them.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and that's going for like even all the ones we think are great actors. Is it maybe something could have done a wee bit different in most scenes, which is very bizarre.
No, I do wish they'd told Hopper to stop screaming.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think Hopper talks in this season at all. He's just screaming. Like, he is at one note.
Yeah.
Like, I am a hot-headed prick in real life and in Stranger Things.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
I fuck Harbour.
Yeah, fuck David Harbour.
It's so bizarre because I feel like most of this season you're sort of middling. Like, oh, look at these people being stupid. And it's like the last episode's like, all right, we need to be serious, is it? You can't just turn it off now. Like,
Yeah.
if you're going to do it, go the whole hog. But it's only like the finale, the big fight, where everybody's like, right, game faces on, is it? This just total. This isn't it, guys.
Yeah, and it, like, out of this whole season, there's probably only like a couple of episodes that are actually really good. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Which is a shame. Do you know what I mean? Because this season, like every other season of Stranger Things, has a lot of great references, but a lot of the references in this season in particular are so fucking crowbarred in.
Aye.
Like, the big Russian bad guy is basic, like, couldn't be any more Schwarzenegger in Terminator if you tried.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then you also have really cool bits, like Billy in the car is very obviously supposed to be Christine,
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And then the people who explode into becoming the Mind Flayer, obviously the kids kind of call them the Flayed.
Yeah.
That's obviously like a homage to like The Thing or
Yeah.
Alien and stuff like that. But then there's other ones where it's like, remember Back to the Future? And it's like, yes, I've seen it every Sunday on ITV2
Yeah.
since ITV2 was invented. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's stuff in it we don't need, and
This one seems to hit you over the head with how fucking 80s it is. And it's like, we've gone up, we've gone
Yeah.
through it, we know what time period
Yeah.
we're in. You don't need to be scalping me over the head with The Gap and like all that kind of
Yeah.
shit. Do you know what I mean?
I do think that this is the season where like the scope just gets massive and it carries on into season 4. I just don't think they kind of got it, but don't get me wrong, they do bring it back in season 4, but it's just like you didn't stick your landing this time, but all is forgiven because like season 4's just stunning. So they find a way. Like put it that way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just off the back of what you've said as well, tell me if I'm wrong, but I kind of don't think I am, right? But this feels like the season where they got the most money and also they really commodified everything. Like, I know there was like Stranger Things t-shirts in Primark for season 1 and 2, but this really feels like this is when every shop was like, boom, Stranger Things. Like, that jumpsuit that 11 wears was sold everywhere on all those, like, no, like on EMP and all that kind of stuff. Like, that was sold everywhere. There was Stranger Things, like Funko Pops everywhere. The Scoops Ahoy stuff was everywhere. Like, I do feel like this is where Stranger Things went, we will give every fucking shop the rights and they can fucking make all this shit. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is when they knew they had a major hit in their hands. Like, I think they'd have been happy with what happened in season 1 and 2, given the buzz, but this is it. Like, they knew fine well that, right, we need to market this to the moon.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
They haven't stopped.
Yeah, I just think, like, this was kind of the weaker season to do that, but I do think this was the most obvious season to do that with, just because, like you say, everything is super bright and choo-choo-choo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that I love that you understand what I mean when I'm like, choo-choo-choo.
Right, so shall we get into the troops then?
The troops, I'm in. The different teams.
Yes. So, like previous episode, I've broke it down into, like, each group. It's not really like kids, teens, and adults now because, like, they all kind of split off, as I said, and merge into, like, they're everywhere basically now.
The kids are everywhere.
So I'll start off with what I've called the party.
Okay.
Which is 11, Mike, Will, Lucas, and Max.
Yep.
So within this group, you have Mike and 11 who are in a relationship. You have Lucas and Max who are in a relationship. And you have Will who isn't.
Yeah, and that's his one point.
Yeah. So obviously at this stage, I mean, Will's kind of lost out in his childhood a little bit. I mean, he's been kidnapped, demagoguing that, however you call it.
Yeah.
And in season 2, he gets full on possessed. So I can forgive him for the way he acts to an extent because all he wants to do still is hang about with his pals and play D&D.
But obviously they're all grown up and the teenage hormones are rife and everybody just wants to hang about with their birds, do you know what I mean?
Like, puberty has battered them over the head this season.
Aye.
And it's funny to see because it's the same with every kid show though, is that little kids, then there's like maybe a space in filming, then it's like, boof, yous are growing up. And
everyone is 7 foot tall now, yeah.
Like, used to talk like little kids, I was like, alright mate, how you doing? I was like, alright, you might be 12, wrap it.
And there's always one whose voice is still in the middle of breaking, yeah.
But Will in this season is they do have like the most like gut wrenching scenes when they're like, oh, but you're not interested in girls and all that.
Yeah.
You just see his little heart break. But I'm just going to say, I do credit him for that. But see, every season with Will, he is a fucking harbinger of doom.
Oh my God, I find Will such a tough hang.
Yeah.
And I'm not being funny. I am dreading his part in season 5 because from the trailer alone for season 5, when Vecna's like, William, you will help me one last time. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Like, and this might be really mean, but I'm really sorry about it. Will is not the strongest actor of the bunch. And yet they keep giving all these like emotional parts to him. And it's painful, man. And if I see this wee dick grab the back of his neck one more fucking time and do that like really fake lip quiver and that like, like, relax, man, bring it down a notch. Like, oh my God, no, Will is a tough hang and does my tits in.
Aye. Like,
sorry.
He's always the one to be like, oh, the mind flayer's still alive. It's like, fucking shut up.
Aye, into it. Go on and let us enjoy our summer, you wee dick.
Always you that ruins it, you bastard. That's horrible.
I know, sorry, Will, sorry.
Aye. Like, you were done dirty, I'm sorry.
And you have a terrible haircut every season. Sorry, son, sorry.
So, oh, we're not going to air this.
No.
So with Will saying that the mind flayer and that's still alive and they can feel him, they kind of start to investigate like what's going on and who can it be, which in turn we find out that it's Max's evil brother. Like he was evil before this and he's evil during that.
He's super evil this season. Yeah.
It turned out that he's one of the flayed.
Yeah.
He's kind of the one that gathers people. Like, I don't really know how you put that without sounding weird.
No, but he does though, do you know what I mean? He like goes and like gets other people flayed and then gets them to get other. It's basically like an MLM of flayed people, do you know what I mean? It's the Avon of flayed, do you know what I mean?
So like, once they figure out it's him, like that, now this is the coolest bit. I mean, I'm not going to lie, these kids don't have a lot.
No, they don't. The big kind of bit is just like Max and 11 becoming besties, because obviously that then comes in season 4.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the season where Max is trying to encourage 11 to like be herself, find herself, if you know what I mean, find her own style, yada yada. And this season's mostly the two of them hanging about.
Yeah. Their whole part's just about growing up.
Yeah.
And the only real, not cool bit, like, their key bit is the sauna. So, as we said before, they find out that the mind flayer, the hive mind, hates heat but loves the cold. So they put it to the test, like, we lock Billy in the sauna, will this stop him? And that's probably one of the better scenes in. I see, like, that battle once he breaks out the sauna and fights hell.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, it is so cool. Like, see, having Billy as like the bad guy, like it's such a different like balance to having just like this big like weird looking monster. Like, as I said, having a physical villain is like so much better for this show, I think.
Absolutely. And I think Billy, Dacker Montgomery, the actor, I think Billy is actually really good this season.
Yeah.
Like there's a bit, I can't remember if it's the last episode or the second last episode, when it's the "we've been building it for you" monologue that Billy gives to 11, but like he's got that, like his eyes are welling up and it's like he's crying as he says it, because like Billy is obviously in there but possessed by the mind flayer, and it's just that beautiful like duality of it. I'm like, oh my god. So honestly, like he was great, and like he's such a good bad guy as well as like acted beautifully. Do you know what I mean?
He tries to play off like, oh, he's the coolest guy, he's like this tough guy and that, but there
Pure
is
shagger, right?
Like there is this real like sensitivity to him, and I don't know if that is because he's handsome Shrek yet again, but yeah, like he's one of the few that get a plus grade in this season.
Listen, Mike's Moz all about him. See all the Moz in their neon bathing suits as like Billy's coming down to be a lifeguard. Fucking hilarious. So good.
That'd have been weird.
Mike, you have a nude.
Aye, imagine that he just walks in. Fucking hell. But yeah, that's kind of their thing in this one. It's not really. They don't do much to this group.
Yeah, that group doesn't really do anything until like the finale.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So we'll move on to the next group, which we're calling the Scoop Troop.
Scoop Troop.
So this group is Dustin, Steve, Robin, and a newcomer, Erica.
Oh, I love them all so much. Even when Steve's wearing Mac Russian Red, I love them.
Yeah. Mac Russian Red. Class.
Honestly, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
So this group kind of starts with Dustin comes back from summer camp and he's built, designed, invented a radio tower called Cerebro.
Yeah, so he can phone his bird.
Yeah.
Who's better looking than
Phoebe Cates. God, that took. I was going to say Sadie Hawkins there. I'm like, who the fuck is Sadie Hawkins? Is that a person?
I don't even know.
Aye, but we'll get to that machine later on because that plays a big part later on, so we can discuss that then. So basically, the Scoop Troop role in this season is they figure out that the Russians are in the mall through a decoded message. So it's basically them. They're like the Cold War espionage side of this.
Yeah, like the FBI needs to hire these four. Do you know what I mean?
Dustin's radio picks up a Russian, something about a silver fox and all that.
Yeah, no, the silver cat lies in the West and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
So it's them deciphering that, and once they do, they somehow through some miracle get into a Russian secret base, which, see, listening to myself say that there, that is fucking mental.
I'm actually watching the light die in your eyes as you say this.
Like, none of this should have happened.
No, I know. I just want 5 minutes to talk about Robin, right?
Yeah.
I am such a fan, but I remember when season 3 came out, and everyone was like, oh my god, Robin's up here pain in the arse. Why is she such a dick to Steve? And it's like, no, class. Do you know what I mean? Like, but again, her character kind of gets flipped for season 4, where like in this season she's just this like mean bitchy co-worker who's actually pure pally with Steve, and then I feel like in season 4 she's like, hi, look at me, I'm so goofy. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, aye. A lot of them suffer for the personality transplant.
Yeah.
And as a choice, I'll give them that as a choice. Not one I would make, but
No.
I didn't write it, so.
But I am such a fan of Robin. Like, I love that Robin is just permo humbling Steve. Do you know what I mean? And I even love, like, at the start of this season when Steve's trying to, like, fire into all the lassies and everyone's like, cool, calm down. And he's like, I was the hair. Everyone loved me in high school. Like,
yeah, it is funny seeing him, because obviously we're going about his redemption arc, but I think he realises he's not relevant anymore.
Yep.
And like this cool guy, he didn't even get into college and that. And he's like, oh, you're going to be that guy that in his 40s talking about his heyday.
Aye.
I was like, oh, good luck to you, pal. So I want to get into Erica.
I love Erica.
Yeah. I think the first time I seen it, I really hated the character. But the more I've watched it, I'm kind of like, no, I get it. Like, she is like so cheeky. Like, she just doesn't care about anything. It's funny.
Such a widow, man.
Yeah.
Can't spell America without Erica.
It's like her and Dustin's relationship, like the back and forth they do is just like, that's some of the best stuff in this.
Where she's pure in denial that she's a big geek, and he's like, I'll tell you exactly what happened to My Little Pony. Like,
it's funny, and their storyline is crazy, but the way they do like the funniness for them, like they don't go too goofy.
No. Which
is like, they play it as serious as you can play 4 kids breaking into a Russian base.
Yeah, totally. And Dustin remains the light of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Like, Dustin's just like, he can play it. Like, he's got good comedic timing, whereas I think a lot of them just don't have it.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I do love, see when they get into the Russian base and then obviously they get caught and the Russians are like, who do you work for? And they're like, Skips ahoy. And then when they get the truth serum injected and they're just sitting gutting themselves. So fucking funny. Like, I do think not only are like Steve and Dustin a great double act, Steve and Robin are also great. Like, I do feel like Joe Keery could have chemistry with a plastic bag. Like, that guy just has charm oozing out of him. Do you know what I mean? But did I say him and Robin?
Robin,
yeah. Him and Robin are just so funny together in this season. Like, even when they get out of the base and Erica and Dustin are trying to hide them in the cinema and they're just like, is that guy trying to make out with his mum? And it's like, yeah, it's Back to the Future, guys, get with it.
Yeah. You'll see it a million other times.
Aye, into it. Also, like, does this group get, like, a plus or do the Russians get a minus? Because the Russian soldiers are so inept in this base that, like, there looks to be, like, say there's, like, 100 Russian soldiers in that base, right? But 2 teenagers and 2 kids managed to sneak in a lift and evade these. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, how is it they get in again? It's the delivery
delivery thing, and then it goes all the way down, and mind they find those wee bits that are like just straight up acid. Yeah.
It's so bizarre. Like, I want to know what the duffers that were thinking with this. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, what were they smoking when they wrote this season? Because, share.
Aye, fuck. So when we get to the next team up?
Why then?
So for this one, we have Nancy and Jonathan.
Or as the internet likes to call them, Jancy.
Fuck off.
Aye, a lot of pish.
So we kick their storyline off. We find out that they've got jobs in the Hawkins Post.
Yep, and Nancy is suffering from severe misogyny from all of the men in there. She wants to be taken seriously as a journalist, but instead she's like the sandwich and tea lassie.
Yeah.
Whereas Jonathan's like the photographer and he's just locked in his wee dark room.
Aye. And this is where you first start to see like a couple cracks forming with them.
Yes.
Nancy's wanting to be like, no, I want to be taken serious. And he's like, look, it's okay. Everything's fine. And he's basically just fobbing off her issues.
Yep.
Which is obviously very 80s of them, but come on, guy, do better.
And
So Nancy thinks she's got this big scoop because there's been a phone call, like, taken in a bit. It's a woman, she's captured this rat.
Yeah, the rat was like eating her fertilizer, but when they go and see it, the rat is like throwing itself off the cage and being a riot, and then the rat explodes and falls into the grate to then become part of the flayed / mind flayer. But then the woman who they interview also becomes a flayed, and like, but they're like, oh fuck, she's got rabies, and it's like, no, she's the flayed. Which, the more they investigate the flayed and the fertilizer and all this kind of stuff, and like, the less seriously they're taken by the guys at the Hawkins Post, it leads to this really cool bit in the hospital.
So, like, during their investigation of this rat,
Yeah.
their storyline's kind of giving you the background of how the mind flayer's, like, becoming a mind flayer, if you will.
Yeah, because the mind flayer has gone from, like, swirling dust and dirt to being a full-on made out of exploded bodies. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's quite the leap.
Is that a mad gore monster?
Aye.
But so they're giving you the backstory, and their main bit culminates in the hospital.
Such a good bit. This is one of the strong bits.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Where, like, the guys who were dicks to Nancy at the Hawkins Post become possessed and become the flayed, and then they, like, explode and become like a mini mind flayer.
Yeah.
And it is the grimmest, grossest thing you've ever seen, and tries to, like, basically murder Nancy. And it's so class, but so grim. But yeah, this is where Nancy and Jonathan join up with Michael, Evan, Lucas, and Max.
Yeah, like,
and Will. Sorry, I forgot about Will.
Yeah, they kind of, like, converge with the OG crew. And I think, see, from there on, like, that party gets really, like, it gets good.
Yes, but it takes 5 fucking episodes for that to happen.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's only the end of, like, the 5th or 6th episode when everything sort of comes ahead.
Yeah.
Which is, I do like shows that, like, each bit has, like, the branches, like, have stuff that come together. And this is the first time you get to see that. But I do think from episode 6 onwards, and there is only 8 episodes, that's when this really turns around into, like, a good season.
Absolutely. Yeah, like, peaking at the Battle of Starcourt Mall, but we'll talk about that in like 10 minutes. But yeah, absolutely. Ross, I'm over talking about this season. I'm really over it. I want to go to season 4 and just talk about good things. Yeah. Like, let's just fucking spit this out and move to season 4.
I'll do the speedrun version for us then, right?
Right, gorgeous.
So you've got Joyce, Hopper, Murray, and Alexei.
Yep.
Magnets stop working. Joyce finds out why magnets don't work. They capture
a Russian scientist.
Capture a Russian scientist. They need Murray to speak Russian. Weird Terminator comes in. They fight. They lose. They go to the mall. Shut it down. The end.
Yeah, everyone thinks Hopper's died.
Yeah. But then it gets spoiled in the next trailer, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Again, what we were saying at the start, where this season suffers from everyone becoming one note, the adults are the worst for it. Like, Hopper is just, I am an angry man. Like, he's screaming at Mike and 11 for nipping. Oh, sorry. Do you know what I mean? Shouting at Joyce because she doesn't want to go out with him. Shouting at Murray for not getting through to Alexei. Shouting at Alexei for being a dick. Like, Murray goes full on Murray in this season. Like, this is like Murray to the max.
Is that a fucking panto villain?
Oh my god, and then, like, Alexei is the one redeeming quality of the adults, but he was like the meme of season 3. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, the adults are a pain in the arse, and I'm really over speaking about season 3 at this point. I'm really sad. But the finale of season 3, like the Battle of Starcourt Mall, and all of the kids have fireworks, and the mind flare smashes through the screen, and see that bit where the mind flare has managed to grab 11's ankle and they have to rip that claw out of 11's leg. Like, that is horrendous. That is easily the grimmest thing I've ever seen.
That saves this season from being a total failure.
Absolutely. Yes, say it louder for the people at the back.
Like, that episode blends the goofy comedy with, like, the darker tone, and it really sets up, like, the way they would do season 4. And we keep harking back to season 4. Season 4 is just brilliant, right?
Season 4 is great.
But the blend of it in this episode is just fantastic. It has everything you want.
And there's, like, there's enough peril in it
Yeah.
in the Battle of Starcourt Mall where like these kids are getting fucked up. Do you know what I mean? And this is like the closest they come to losing, but Billy obviously sacrifices himself to the mind flayer, giving Max the super trauma, which we then get into in season 4. But so fucking good. Like even like using fireworks, like they're all like the kids hiding behind the car. The fact that the mind flayer, now a full mind flayer made out of bodies, has these like tentacle mouths. That was so fucking cool. Like so good. But I do love like this is when everyone comes back in together to stop it. Like I love when the finale comes around and they all have to join forces. But Hopper and Joyce go down to turn off the machine, which is helped by Dustin's girlfriend through like that cerebral thing. She gives them like whatever the fuck that number is. And then the massive fight between Hopper and Terminator to the point where like everything explodes and you're like, oh my God, Hopper's dead. And that was a pure blow. But then exactly like you said, like the next year the trailer comes out and it's skinny, tall, bald Hopper and it's like, oh, okay, he's lived great.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird choice.
I wish they hadn't showed us in the trailer at all, so then when Hopper shows up in season 4, you could be like, oh my fucking God, do you know what I mean?
It even shows you at the end. Remember, it's like the cell door?
Yes.
And it's like people are thinking it's not, they thought it was Papa.
Yes.
And I'm like, that, like, the trailer after is a why? Like, it's, I get you're trying to showcase it, oh, fucking David Harbour and that, but you didn't need that.
No.
It's such a bizarre, I mean, it sums up season 3 is all the right idea, but it's just done wrong.
Ross, I have one thing to say to you.
What?
Turn around, look at what you see.
Oh, great. I really loved that scene.
No, right. This scene is one of the more controversial moments of this season, right? I was not offended by it, but I'm also a Never Ending Story fan. But I do understand, like, we are in the depths of trying to save the world here. We're fucking busy. We don't have time for you to sing a whole ass song.
Yeah.
And yet they do. And yet they fucking do.
It's funny because the interviews with Gaten Matarazzo, like Dustin, like they basically were just teasing him, like, we're going to have you sing one of these like episodes.
Yeah, because he's like a Broadway star. Like he was in like Les Mis.
I get they'll try to fit it in, but just, my God, man, I remember the time I was so pissed off.
You were raging. I remember. Yeah, because we had to just pause it. You were like, no, I've had enough, no.
Like all this shit's happening and they just like force this in here. And it is funny, right? Looking back, it is funny, but at the time I was like, my God, man, I was seething. So do you want to do how does it end?
So this season ends with Billy sacrificing himself to the mind flayer and dies. 11 uses up all her powers and is basically fucked. Hopper sacrifices himself to close the gate, and Joyce, while Jonathan and 11 move to California.
Yeah.
Now that that's over, can we talk about season 4?
Yeah, let's do it.
We are so fucking back, baby! Woo! This season is fucking perfect. Like, this is the strongest season since season 1. Like, and I do feel like it's because everything is like not wrapped up, because obviously we have season 5 to wrap everything up, but this is where everything is like concretely explained to you why this is all happening. Do you know what I mean? And also it has like that darker, grim storytelling that we know and love. Still has a bit of the shoutiness from season 3, but it's not as annoying. Do you know what I mean? And like, and this is also where we get like peak Upside Down. So like obviously season 1 Demogorgon, season 2 Mind Flayer, season 3 Mind Flayer 2.0, season 4 fucking Vecna, and like everything kind of gets more wrapped up into why 11 is important. Do you know what I mean? Because season 3, I mean, I don't even think I said this when we spoke about season 3, but like season 3 kind of concrete hits 11 is public enemy number 1. Yeah. Like the way Billy speaks to her, we're like, fuck, this thing is after 11, but we don't know why. And then in this season, it's like, oh, you've waited this long,
Yeah.
we're going to tell you. But, like, I'll get to that bit when we talk about Vecna. But honestly, like, I remember when the trailer came out for season 4 and we were like, a haunted house? What the fuck? And honestly, the concept of season 4 could have fallen on its arse so badly. Like, a haunted house horror movie meets the Upside Down sounds so class on paper, but could have gone so horribly wrong. But this season fucking knocked it out the park, man.
Yeah, like, see, like, this does introduce basically the Upside Down.
Yeah, like they're full on Upside Down. Yeah.
And they do it, like, amazingly. Like, it's, like, I didn't have a lot of faith in this season. Given season 3, I thought, oh, this is fell off a cliff. But my God, man, it got me back.
100%. So, season 4 takes place 8 months after season 3 ends, and things have changed a lot. Lucas is still kind of pals with the party, but he's more kind of into trying to be a cool kid, and he's joined the basketball team and all that kind of stuff. Max is obviously grieving her brother because, you know, her brother died 8 months ago. 11 is really struggling in California. She's getting bullied. She doesn't have her powers. And Dustin and Mike have joined the Hellfire Club, and they're really sticking to their D&D roots, you know.
Yeah, they care about D&D again all of a sudden.
Yeah, and we are also introduced to the highlights of season 4, Eddie Munson, ladies and gentlemen. But I will save Eddie Munson in a bit because, girl, I got shit to say. I love him. So anyway, we start off the season with a flashback in Hawkins' lab with baby 11 covered in blood. All the kids are dead around her. Now, I had to look it up when the flashback would happen.
Yeah.
And according to Google, this flashback of 11 takes place 4 years before the events of season 1. So this is how deep we are. Do you know what I mean? But like, this is also when we're getting like the longer episodes, right?
Yeah.
And I don't care. I'm happy with that. I do understand, like, why are we having like a 3-hour episode when you could just have 3 episodes? But like, because the finale of season 4 is like 2.5 hours long, and all these episodes are like an hour and a half, yada yada. And from the runtime that the Duffer Brothers released on Instagram, season 5 is going to be an hour 45, 2 hours per episode. But so much happens in these episodes, it doesn't feel like you're sat for 2.5 hours.
I do think though, and this is just a wee off comment, the last episode does suffer for Lord of the Rings quite a bit.
Oh yeah, where there's like 5 different endings. Yeah.
Even watching it, we're like, is that where it ends? No, is it? Fucking hell, they've done us again.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord of the Rings, the belter. So would you like me to get into the characters?
Oh yes. And listen, anything you say, I'm going to piggyback off that. Get it? Piggyback. I'm just going to piggyback off the back of you because I have so much to say about season 4. And after absolutely ripping season 3 for filth, I am so buzzing to be like, we love Stranger Things.
Yeah. So usual splitting out of groups. I mean, this time they cross countries and fucking continents and all that.
And like this time when they unite, they don't know that they're uniting. Do you know what I mean? Like when they all meet up at the end, they're like, oh, we've got so much to tell you. And it's like, yeah, no, we know. Like, do you know what I mean?
So we'll jump out of the Hawkins crew then, right?
Yeah.
So within this crew, Dustin, Steve, Robin, Nancy, Eddie, Max, Lucas, and Erica.
Gorgeous.
So I would say these guys are kind of like the core of the plot.
Yes.
So, like, they're kind of the most affected by Vecna other than what's happened to 11.
Yeah, like, Eddie is full on blamed for Chrissy's murder. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're responsible for basically trying to figure out what's happening.
Yes.
Because, I mean, basically since Hopper died, if you will, and I've done air quotes on a audio podcast, I understand that.
Yeah, they don't have Hopper, they don't have 11, so they're trying to figure out how to do this without power or superpowers. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, like a lot of their stuff was like stepping up and like taking charge of stuff. And I mean, Nancy's Nancy. She was always going to be like the top dog at some point.
Nancy is beautiful work this season by Nancy.
Aye. So as you said, Eddie accused of killing Chrissy.
Chrissy, wake up!
So once like that all gets out in the news and that, they're all like Dustin's first like he wouldn't do this, and they basically their job's to go and find him and find out what the fuck Vecna's doing.
Yeah, because the reason Vecna is called Vecna is because Eddie is doing a D&D campaign where Vecna is the big bad.
Yeah.
So like that's when they're explaining the Upside Down to Eddie, they have to explain it through D&D. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like everything, it all goes back to D&D.
Yeah.
And I do like their story because it's like, not only are they trying to figure out all this stuff, it's like they're trying to avoid the whole town because they're all riled up to, when it gets to a stage where they're just happy that he killed Eddie.
Yeah, it's just a witch hunt, do you know what I mean? Like...
So like, see, like even getting like Henry's backstory when they go and meet his dad, Victor, in the sanatorium.
Yes.
Played by Robert Englund, by the way, beautifully, I might add.
Whoop, whoop.
Like, him being in it is a lot more than a cameo based on one of his famous characters, but we'll get into it.
Yeah, it's fucking Freddy Krueger's back, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like...
It's just so, like, their bit is just so well done. There's no, I can't think of many points where I'm like, this didn't need to happen.
No, absolutely not, absolutely not. Eddie is one of the, and I'm not just saying this because I love him, but Eddie is genuinely one of the best characters to come into Stranger Things in a long time. And again, I don't know if it's because Joseph Quinn is just so fucking charming or if it's because we had to wait so fucking long for season 4, but he is such a standout character, and honestly, I couldn't tell you what about him makes him such a fan favourite. I think it's just like, he's so charming, he's just this lovable wee dick, do you know what I mean? And like, he obviously gets his own redemption arc of like, from running away to being a hero. Now, I remember when we watched season 4 and I was like, fuck, that Hellfire Club t-shirt is so fucking cool. Little did I know that would be all Primark would sell for about a year, do you know what I mean? But I want to talk about the TikTokification of Eddie Munson, right?
Don't.
So, again, I think Eddie Munson was going to be a standout character anyway, because he's obviously, like, he's getting roped into the main core plot, right? And also, it does kind of touch upon the satanic panic thing, and he's kind of the first, like, metalhead of Stranger Things, if you will. When TikTok got a hold of Eddie, and just this season in general, they ripped the fucking piss out of it. Now, the Chrissy Wake Up song is still fucking hilarious, right? But see, there was like people like making up songs about Eddie Munson, like Eddie, I just saw Steve, and all this, and it was so fucking embarrassing. And see, like the Eddie Munson, the like as long as you're in a band or science or parties, right? That whole monologue, right? Now again, if you want to be cringe and that's what makes you happy, you get down on your bad self, right? But the way that one speech was taken and absolutely made a riddy out of, right? But again, on the other side of it, now people might think that I'm a riddy for this, but like, literally after season 4 finished, the Cat House had an Eddie Munson night where it was air guitar to Master of Puppets, and I fucking went with my pals, do you know what I mean? And we all had our Hellfire Club t-shirts on, and it was great, but massive gimp, like, for going, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to, this is the thing, I am nothing if not honest about the fact that I am a massive gimp, and I fucking love what I love, do you know what I mean?
No, fair enough.
But I do think the fact that this season was TikTokified, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And also just fucking blew up. Like, if season 3 commodified Stranger Things, this season, like, cemented it in the Primark Hall of Fame. Do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, this really brought it back in. That it's back on its A game.
100%. And I do think Eddie is such a class character, and I love him so much. And it's so nice now seeing where Joseph Quinn's gone, because basically the second season 4 came out, that guy has been booked and fucking busy, do you know what I mean? We've had Gladiator, Fantastic Four, he made that terrible fucking indie movie, but again, Joseph Quinn is the love of my life this week, therefore I have watched everything the man has ever been in since Stranger Things.
Well, I think he shouts too much, but hey ho.
You just don't have any taste. Anyway, carry on with the main four. I just needed to have like 5 minutes to be like, I love him.
How the fuck did I fall over for that, you crackpot? I mean, what else I was going to say is, I do love that this group have like a time crunch.
Yes.
Because as you see with like basically try to like exonerate Eddie, like you have Max, who is one of Vecna's targets this season.
Yeah, she's the fourth target.
Yeah.
But like, again, with the Max thing, you have the running up that hill. See that moment in the cemetery where she's caught by Vecna but then starts to float? Like, when I was talking about season 4 with somebody in my work, like, they were like, oh, that's always the clip that gets played. It's so overplayed. And I'm like, because it's fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen season 4 a good few times now, and every time it gets to that scene, I'm like, fucking run, Max, run! Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm hyped every time that bit comes on. God, I really am a fucking ready. See, everybody I was slagging 10 minutes ago, I've realised that might be my tribe, mate.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Fuck you. You're supposed to say no, Lauren. You like things a healthy amount.
Oh, you don't. I'm not going to lie to you. What I do like of this is that each like person in this group has their moment.
Yes.
And that is something that was kind of missing in the previous season, because it always ended up being like Elle's going to come in and save the day. But can we just talk about Robin for a second in this group?
Obviously.
Why does she become like this gibbering wreck?
Yeah, from Robin to go from this like sarky, funny, witty character who like gives Steve a hard time in the best way possible. I feel like in this season she's like super insecure and unsure of herself. I do realise she just came out to Steve in the last season, but like in this season is more focused on her being like, look at me, I'm the clumsy pal, I'm the comic relief, yada yada. And it's like, nah man, like she's had the Jonathan and Joyce effect, and trust I have shit to say about Joyce.
Dude, I thought you had something to say about Winona Ryder.
No, don't.
After Robin, it's more... So I'm going to talk about Lucas and Erica now, and this might be a hot take, but see, after the basketball game, I don't think Lucas has a lot to do.
Are you joking?
I mean, in the sense that all of them have like their big moments, still like as that group. Up until the finale, I don't think Lucas has that. I mean, Robin and Nancy have the sanatorium bit.
Yeah, where they go speak to Victor.
Yeah. You have Steve and his upside down bit where he's gone full fucking John McClane, like killing bats and that.
So here for it.
Like Dustin and Eddie have like the chemistry, like always ribbing at each other, and they have their big moments. I don't think Erica and Lucas have like that big moment other than his basketball game.
No, shite. I get what you mean, right? Erica's super quiet, but Lucas basically like keeps Max grounded. Do you know what I mean? Like after the basketball scene when he wins the game, right? And obviously Erica's heavy buzzing, he then goes with the cool kids and wants to stay with them until they start the whole satanic panic shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, wait a minute. And then when he goes back to his party, he's basically like Max's protector. Like he keeps Max grounded. If it wasn't for Lucas, you wouldn't have Running Up That Hill being Max's song that saves her from the fucking upside down. So boom, number one, Lucas saves Max from the upside down in Vecna. Then he keeps Max like, oh, we'll go to the cinema when this is all done, yada yada. He stays with Max while she's away to trap Vecna. Then he has the fucking almighty tete-a-tete with Jason, but we'll touch on that at the finale. I'm actually losing my voice with the state of that hot take that you just gave me.
I just think when it comes to all the investigating and all that, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, investigating. Well, no, he helps. No, actually, no.
And what did he do?
He goes with Steve and Dustin and Max back to the school to go through the therapists, the school counsellor's files to find who Vecna's next victim could be, because obviously Max clocks that everybody's had the same like headaches, nosebleeds, yada yada. Lucas is away helping that. No, I don't agree with this. Now, I do agree with the fact that Lucas has been the sidest of side characters for the past 3 seasons. I do not agree that Lucas does fuck all this season.
Right. Even what you said about the school, it was Max that went and done all the stuff to get this. And it was Dustin that said, we need to look for this stuff. as you're saying, he's her protector. Where was he during the Vecna vision in the school?
Oh, where she sees the clock in the wall and all that. Well, listen, shut up, right? No, I'm not having this Lucas slander. Lucas is the wee nugget of gold in this season.
I'm not buying it. I don't believe it.
Right, okay, fine. We will agree to disagree.
Can we at least agree that Erica doesn't do a lot?
No, Erica doesn't do fuck all.
Aye.
Erica literally, like, straps a knife to a spear. Like, we're cool.
No, fair enough. At least we can agree on that, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right, Team 2. I'm calling this the California/Nevada crew.
112 for the California crew.
So in this crew, we have 11, Mike, Will, Jonathan, and Argyle.
Once again, Jonathan's character is fucking butchered to the point where it's like, oh, you're in California, you're going to be a big stoner now. Like, since, like, Jonathan has been reasonably ambitious. To be fair, he's been Nancy's sidekick, but he's been, like, reasonably ambitious with, like, I want to be a photographer, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then the second he fucks off to California, he's like, actually, I don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to get baked all day. Which, you know, fair. But also, no, like, you don't just move country and be like, nah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just going to give up.
Like, part of me wanted to be like, oh, it's because he's struggling from being away from Nancy and he has no... Like, I wanted to go deep with it, and then I'm like, why am I justifying terrible writing?
Yeah.
Like, why am I going round the hussies and looking for shit that just isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, this group is the weakest of season 4.
Absolutely. Do you know what else pisses me off? The fact that 11 gets bullied in California. This cow has saved the world 3 fucking times. And also, another thing, right? See the fact that Will just lets her get fucking bullied. You are such a shit, pal.
Yeah.
Step up, defend your gal.
Aye.
That lassie fully deserved a roller skate to the face. Don't fuck with 11.
Oh, that was so satisfying to watch.
100%. But this is very, like, 80s high school bullies where it's like, you don't have a dad. Who bullies people for not having a dad?
That's fucking grim.
Sorry, I'm getting so worked up. Like, oh, it's so annoying.
See, my main problem with this is 11's the only one that has any character in this season.
Yes.
Like, why do we have a full group dedicated to, like, being one of the branches of this, yet nothing happens to them?
Yeah, they're just trying to find 11.
Yeah.
That's literally all they're doing,
Like,
find 11.
Yeah, like, their season arc's just a driving season.
100%.
And other than the end, which, yeah, again, at end when everything, like, works out, like, is great, but they do nothing. And Argyle, I've got an issue with the groups in this.
Okay.
Is that they're all meant to be super serious, but everyone has, like, an idiot.
Yes.
Not an idiot, that's harsh, like the comic relief, but is it Argyle was just, he's a remnant of season 3.
Yes, absolutely. And, like, I do feel bad, right? Because, like, do you know, right, the only way I can put it, so obviously the 2 new characters apart from Vecna, but I want a whole, there better be a whole section on Vecna.
Aye.
Right, that's fine. But, like, the 2 new characters that have been introduced is Eddie Munson and Argyle, right? And the only way I can put it is Hellfire Club t-shirts are being reinvented and resold. The Surfer Boy pizza t-shirts are permo in the reduced section of Primark. And that's all I'm going to fucking say.
Aye, it's just everything about their bit is the season 3. The season 3ification, if you will.
Yeah.
Even the part where they have to go to Susie's house to crack a code and a pen.
Yeah.
Because that's a thing.
The big Mormon house.
Yeah. Like, that bit's just really bizarre and out of place. I reckon a lot of that was probably filmed for season 3 and they've just, like, kind of put it together.
Do you think so?
Yeah. But I'm not interested. Like, I don't need Mike moping about, oh, Elle Disney loved me.
Yeah, I don't need Will being like, is anybody going to address the fact that I'm supposed to come out at some point? No.
Yeah, like, and it's the same problem again. Why are they giving them all the deep monologues when they can't do it?
Oh, see that bit with the painting is like, see, on the shield, it's the heart. Because you're the heart, Mike. Yeah, I got that, you fucking Sorry, I really don't like Will. I really don't like Will. But, do you know that way in season 1, I was like, oh, little baby Will. See, by season 4, I'm like, you better shut the fuck up.
Aye.
You and your stupid bowl cut better get the fuck out my throat.
Yeah. The only...
So Sorry, Will. Sorry, Will.
Fucking hell. Fucking die already in season 5, come on! The only saving part of this group is Elle, and the story that we go along with her is probably one of the best you're going to get in any season.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, I mean, we get the return of Papa.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is a pure Mandela effect, because I feel like when you look up like how many times did Papa die, and it's like, Papa never died. Papa just got sacked. Do you know what I mean?
Well, as it season 1, he gets attacked by the Demogorgon, but you never see the body.
Exactly. So. And then you see him get like marched out. Do you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember. Season 1 was last week's problem.
Aye.
That knowledge is already flown out my head.
Aye.
So Papa has basically created the Nina Project with Dr. Owens, and it's a way to help 11 get her powers back.
Yeah.
Because they need 11 to fight Vecna. And basically 11 has to keep diving further and further into her own memories to try and figure out who the fuck Vecna is.
Yeah.
And this is where it is concrete why Vecna / the Upside Down is after 11. So Henry Creel, if I explain it too much, I'm going to get myself wound up knots and somebody's going to be like, you missed a bit. But basically, it was the first ever, like, 11, like, the first ever telekinetic child that Papa used. He became too powerful, so Papa put a chip in him and made him an orderly, like a nurse, whatever.
Yeah, just a member of staff. I don't know exactly, but I...
At the Hawkins lab.
Yeah.
And then one basically tries to get 11 on side because he clocks how powerful 11 is. 11 takes the chip out. Dun, dun, dun. Hair gets slicked back. He's an evil-looking bastard. And he basically starts telling the backstory that he is Henry Creel. Victor Creel's in the jail for murdering his whole family, but dun dun, it was Henry the whole time.
Yeah.
Because he's telekinetic as fuck. And he wants to, like, basically murder everyone, and he just loves spiders, right? So basically, I think that's a fucking summary and a half, right? So 11 uses her powers to dissolve 1/Henry, but in doing this opens a gate into the Upside Down.
Yeah.
And throws 1/Henry into it. And 1/Henry becomes Vecna. And then this is where we get into the fucking backstory that Vecna is the one basically molding the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Like, when Vecna gets thrown into the Upside Down, it's just like barren wasteland, floating rocks, nothing's really going on. And he manages to mold everything. Like, the Mind Flayer is just like a tornado in the Upside Down. And he manages to mold the Mind Flayer into, like, the spider-looking thing that we know and love from seasons 2 and 3. But the thing that I still get confused about, and this is going to make me sound so stupid, is Vecna the head of the Upside Down? Or is Vecna the Mind Flayer's general? Because, like, Dustin says it. He's like, oh... if the Demogorgon's is foot soldier, then Vecna's is 5-star general, talking about the Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
But then in Vecna's backstory, Vecna's like, there wouldn't be an Upside Down if it wasn't for me. Like, he's molded it. So Vecna's the big bad, but I don't really know what level of big bad he is. And if someone could tell us, that would be great. While Vecna is like molding the Upside Down and getting like his Upside Down army together, in season 1, every time Papa was sending 11 into... because he doesn't really send it into the Upside Down, he sends it into like the black bit before the Upside Down. Do you get what I mean?
What it's called, yeah.
Yeah, whatever the bit in between, the limbo between the Earth and the Upside Down, right? Whenever he sends it into that, it's kind of hinted at in the first seasons that it's like, oh, he's sending it to look for Russians. But then this season, it's like confirmed, no, he was sending her in to try and find Vecna.
Yeah.
And obviously, as she's went into this limbo between Earth and the Upside Down, she's tripped upon the Demogorgon, which then Vecna is alerted that 11's still fucking kicking about. And this is why he's been sending... like, he sent the Demogorgon out of the Upside Down to get 11, but the Demogorgons came across Will instead. And that's why we have Will involved in all of this instead of 11 being the victim. Did any of that make sense?
Yeah, no, I get you.
I'm doing my best here because it still kind of confuses me.
So just to get back at the Vecna chat, can I just say one negative first, then that's it out the door, right?
No, you
See
can't.
the part when Henry Creel is getting put into the Upside Down and sort of transforming into Vecna?
Oh, with the terrible lightning bolts.
That is easily one of the worst parts of CGI I've ever seen.
Oh, hands down, Actually, is it still the worst you've ever seen after the most recent episode of Welcome to Derry with the CGI kids on bikes?
That's how bad it is. I would say it's up there.
Oh.
It's like, it turns this weird, like, brown hue.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. And it's like, no, it's terrible.
It's like something like an early 2000s video game.
Yeah.
But that is like the only bad bit about Vecna.
No, and honestly, Jamie Campbell Bower deserves all of the flowers he is getting. Like, Vecna is one of the best baddies.
Oh, it's best, like, TV baddies you'll get.
I genuinely think so. I would genuinely put Vecna in the top 5 of, like, TV bad guys.
Yeah.
Like, he is... Vecna, it's thought out. He's logical. Like, he's been planning this. So even when they think they're winning, they're not, because he's already 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Like, and he's fucking creepy looking as well. Like, I just think the Vecna look looks great.
Oh, aye.
And also the fact that they put that time and effort into putting that makeup on Jamie Campbell Bower.
Yeah.
Like, because try and hide those cheekbones, man. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Because I remember when this came out and I was like, oh my God, Jamie Campbell Bower. And you were like, who the fuck's heard of him for the past 10 years? And I was like, everyone now, bitch. Like,
I just love, like, as a villain, I mean, he's basically Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
Like, it is the story of, like, a Nightmare on Elm Street, but they do it so well. And see, having a mix of monster and, like, that physicality, like, this is probably the first one you can feel that they're going to lose. Like, 11 can't do anything here.
Yeah, this is such a stressful season.
Yeah.
Because every time you think they're going to pip him off, nope. Like, and it's the teenagers go into the Upside Down, like, the first time, and obviously they're coming back, and Vecna grabs Nancy and is like, I want you to tell 11 everything I'm about to show you. And we're not just bullying kids anymore. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not just like the Demogorgon chasing 11 or the Mind Flayer possessing Will. Like, no, Vecna's here for world domination. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he just wants to, like, spread out the week.
100%.
And what I do love is, like, even though he doesn't, like, he's one of those guys, he doesn't need to be in every scene, but, like, it's just that presence he has. And is it anything, like, anybody at any point could just, like, get fucked?
Absolutely.
And that is like such good storytelling that even though, like, even daft things like the Nevada crew and that, if they goes, what could they do to them for that voice that powerful? Like, it's just so refreshing to see, like, because when we had, like, the CGI monster, just to have this big hulking doing it's so cool.
Yeah. It's just he's such a well-written villain, and that's what I mean is, like, by this season everything is starting to be wrapped up in a bow, and, like, the bow's not fully tied, but everything's falling into place, you know, of, like, why 11's public number one, the fact that it's been Vecna the entire time, like, because again, I said it last week when we were talking about season 1, like when Vecna attacks, you hear the, like, doom of the clock, and then now when you rewatch it, whenever the Demogorgon pops up, you hear the, like, doom of the clock, and it's like, oh, motherfucker, like, it's so good. So fucking good.
Like, he's just so smartly written, and you can tell it's been years. Like, they've thought about this character for a long time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Vecna's just great, and I'm fucking buzzing to see what happens with Vecna in season 5, because from the trailer alone, Vecna's clearly been bulking up, you know? Like, he's got hench, do you know what I mean?
But it's that cool bit in this season 5 trailer where it's like his arms kind of, like, mending back together.
Yes.
As if, like, something's coming back to him. And if they include, like, the season 3 monsters, like, kind of mashing in, if that's him, like, he could do so much cool shit with it.
100%.
And I hope they do for season 5, but Vecna's easily one of the best. Like, he deserves everything. He deserves to win. Right, so, the adults then, shall we?
Oh, right then.
So, the Russia crew. It's such a bizarre thing to say, but the Russia crew.
112 for the Russia crew.
Aye. So in this crew, you have Joyce, Murray, Dimitri, Enzo, Hopper.
Fucking David Harbour,
Fuck
man.
you, David Harbour.
Don't. I couldn't even look at him in the face. I was like, who are you shagging in Russia? Now, I need 5 minutes to... I am not slandering Winona Ryder. I am slandering Joyce as a character, right? Now, season 1, Joyce is like the mental mother of the year. Like, she will not believe that her kid is dead. She is fucking fighting everybody to be like, nope, my kid's alive. He's talking to me through the fairy lights. If you don't believe me, you're an arsehole. Fair enough, right? And then in season 2, she's this like protective mother who like won't let Will out of her sight. She needs to know where he is. He needs to be home at a certain time. And when things start to go fucky, she's on the ball, right?
Oh, totally makes sense.
But then from season 3, she just begins to be like, nay bother, the Waynes can deal with themselves.
Yeah.
To the point in this season where she like barely even tells her kids that she waits till the night before to be like, oh, I'm away to Alaska. But by Alaska, she means Russia. And it's like, how, I understand you're in California, right? I get it. You clearly think I've left Hawkins, my kids are fine. But you're just, she's so diluted down to just be like, I'm going to go get Hopper. And it's like, no, like, where's this fierce mama bear that we saw from the first season?
Like, I feel like the nurturing side of Joyce just disappears, even though, like, at times like that, you think about it, like, Elle would need that most, and it's like, it's just totally written out of character.
Absolutely. And also, how can you not tell that you're, like, she's gone from being this on the ball, sometimes nutter, to not even being able to clock that our oldest is baked out his tits at the dinner table. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, people, like, we say she's a nutter, but she was a nutter for her children.
Absolutely.
Like, she would have done anything for them, and I mean, I know it's still the same, but she pretty much abandons them this season.
Yeah, 100%.
And
yeah, like, she just leaves them with Jonathan. She's like, this will be fine.
Yeah, like, this storyline's really cool with them. It is a bit far-fetched, like, the idea of it.
No, I'm here for it, though.
Oh, no, it's class. Like, this is easily, I would say, the strongest adult storyline.
Yeah, across the seasons. Yeah.
At the start of this season, Joyce gets a doll sent to her from Russia, which we find out is sent by Enzo, who is a guard in the Gulag and befriends Hopper. It's the most bizarre fucking sentence ever.
Yeah, and yet somehow totally chill with.
Yeah.
See if you'd said that in season 3, I'd be like, fucking of course. Like, whereas this one, I'm like, I ain't bother. Of course that is, shut up.
You know what? I think it's just because of fucking how bad one season 3 is. This'll do.
100%. But like when we see Hopper in this season in the Russian Gulag, he's like shaved head, lost loads of weight. Because I think in real life he was filming Marvel, eh?
Oh, I don't know when the timelines.
He got like super thin, and like, you know, because he's like built as well. Like now that bit where he takes his top off later on is like, all right, David Harbour comes out. You're still a prick for what you did to Lily Allen.
That was just for his mistresses.
Who's Madeline?
Jesus, poor David Harbour. We're giving him a tank in this episode.
Oh my god, don't. Honestly, I was getting to the point after listening to that Lily Allen album. That Lily Allen album came out when we were, like halfway through season 3 of the rewatch.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got to the point where, like, I couldn't even look at his face. Like, he was coming on my screen doing, like, heroic shit. And it's so annoying, right? Because this season is Hopper's best season since season 1, I would say. Like, he does the coolest things. He is the most heroic.
Yeah.
He does all this amazing stuff. But I'm just sitting there being like, what a prick.
Yeah.
Like, there's a really cool bit at the end that we'll cover when we talk about the finale, because the finale deserves its own section.
The finale's phenomenal.
But, like, yeah, just fuck off, David Harbour, man. Fuck off. Why have you let me down?
Hey, come on, back to the story.
Sorry.
I'm on the half in here. Come on.
Sorry.
So, as she's got this doll, who does she phone?
Fucking Murray.
Murray fucking Bowman. Which brings up this fucking giggling idiot again.
Look at me, everybody. I'm a giggling idiot.
If I see his grin one more fucking time, so help me God.
Oh, 100%.
So yeah, with Murray getting involved, they find out that Hopper is still alive. And if they want to see him again, they need to go to Alaska with $40,000 to meet Yuri.
Aye.
Yuri is just I get what they were trying to do. I don't like Yuri.
Again, though, this season's so strong that Yuri flies under the radar.
Yeah.
But if Yuri was in any other season, I would be more offended by Yuri's character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he is just so fucking annoying.
Yeah, the story writing really saves a lot of the downfalls of these characters.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like, he's just like this sneaky double crossing everybody, like at any opportunity, and it's just, we've seen all this just.
At this point, there is so much fucking going on, because I'm going to say this about Jason later on too. Like, there is so much going on. There is so much at stake. There's so much, like, threat of peril that I'm like, I don't have time for you to be fucking about. We need to get back to Hawkins pronto. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they added a few too many characters in this season to really. I think it could have been a bit more tighter in that sense. He gets him to Russia and they try and free Hopper. Like, they are successful, but in doing so, they realise that like Russia has Demogorgons and they're doing like experiments on like little like baby ones.
Yeah, there's loads of like Demodogs and tubes, and then there's like a Demogorgon cut open on a table, and then there's like a room that's just mind flare dust. Like, it's very like, but obviously the Russians don't know what it is properly.
Yeah.
But like, as soon as we see it, we're like, oh no. But yeah, like, I do like that. There's obviously that part where all the Russian soldiers they're getting the banquet, and they think they're getting a treat, and Hopper's like, you guys, they're basically fattening us up for this thing to fucking eat us, like, you morons. But then Hopper manages to like unite them and fight off the Demogorgon and stuff.
During the scuffle and that, they find a lab that has the Demodogs and the mind flare particles.
I go for it. I think I called them that earlier on. I don't know if that's what they are, but I think that's what they are.
So after that, they escape and they realise that the kids are in the Upside Down fighting Vecna.
Yeah.
And
they don't know about Vecna yet, but they know that the kids are in the Upside Down.
Yeah. Like, they're fighting something.
Yeah.
And
something Upside Down related.
And with Big Hopper knowing that like it's a hive mind and all that, is it like their best bet is to take down from what the Russians have to give them a fighting chance, which kind of ties in with what the Nevada crew do with 11.
Yeah, because 11 gets her powers back, but then they can't get back to Hawkins. But then 11 figures out she can piggyback into Max's mind to help fight Vecna. See, try to summarise this to even try and make this make any kind of sense. Like, my heat hurts. I'm tired.
We've done the best we can here, right? Do I just get the ending?
Aye. Oh, please, can we talk about the finale? Please. We've not even moaned about Jason, but we'll moan about Jason when we get to the finale.
We'll get there.
So basically, Jason is like the worst guy ever, but with like, he's coming at it from like the best intentions.
Yeah.
Like, he's obviously heavy devastated that his bird's been murdered by what he thinks is Eddie, and basically leads the town of Hawkins on a witch hunt against the Hellfire Club, which he thinks is a demonic Satanist group. And that then leans into the kind of 80s satanic panic of it all, which they kind of hint at the end of season 3. So the Hawkins crew, 112 for the Hawkins crew.
There we go.
They plan this like massive phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 plan to go into the Upside Down to defeat Vecna from down there. Max is used as a trap. Meanwhile, while this is going on, in Nevada, 11 puts herself in a salt bath.
It's a deprivation tank they've used in all the seasons for her.
Yeah. And she manages to find Max, go into Max's head, and fight Vecna from inside Max's head.
Yeah, at the snowball.
At the snowball. Yeah. Now, again, this all sounds fucking ridiculous, right? But this is how convoluted we are, right? Meanwhile, in the real world, Lucas and Max are in the desecrated Creel house.
In the murder house, they call it,
Yeah, they call it the murder house. And then Jason pops up and do you know that way? At this point, it's like the final episode, and I'm like, Jason, we don't have fucking time for you. But like, because he's so riled up thinking it's this like satanic cult, he's like, oh my God, Lucas, I can't believe you've done this. And Lucas is like, you don't fucking understand. I need you to get the fuck out of here. But while Jason is trying to batter Lucas, he also breaks Max's Walkman, which was going to be their safety route to get Max out of the Vecna scope. Well, this is all going on. You've got Hopper and all the adults in Russia fighting off the Demogorgons, trying to set fire to things, knowing
Yeah.
that it's a hive mind. And see, out of everything else that happens in the finale, see the bit where the kids are suited up while they're like commando gear,
Yeah.
and then that Journey Separate Ways mash up with the Stranger Things theme tune. Inject that into my fucking veins, and then see, once you've injected that, see the bit where it's basically the big like end of all end fights where the teenagers are throwing Molotov cocktails
class.
at Vecna, and Hopper's coming at the Demogorgon with this fucking sword, like Conan style, as running up that hill, and the Stranger Things theme tune are mashed up. Get that injected in straight after. Like, this is one of the best finales I have seen in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
A long fucking time. And the last episode is 2.5 hours long, and I'm literally sitting there that whole episode on the edge of my seat, but there's also so many like, let's go!
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, it's so fucking good.
Like, what is so... I mean, I would say cool it's not. It's absolute a kick in the teeth.
Oh,
is
it's such a gut punch,
yeah,
man.
like, they all give their best effort. Everything's going perfect. I mean, 11's doing a saving the day thing. It's not enough. They still lose.
Yeah, like 11 and Vecna even have like their massive like fight to the death in the Upside Down, but like it's still not enough. Like
No.
they blow Vecna away, but Vecna's like, this isn't the end.
Yeah.
And even like when the teenagers in the Upside Down Molotov him, shoot him with sawn off shotguns, and his flaming body like falls out of the window, he like Michael Myers is.
Yeah.
So like when they go down the stair, the body's not there, and you're like, are you fucking joking? And like, this is the biggest hit that the group have taken.
Yeah.
Max is in a coma. The Upside Down has won. Like, Vecna's basically hit all 4 of his targets to create these gates in the Upside Down, causing the Upside Down to crack into Hawkins and leak over. But in the real world, for people that don't know anything about the Upside Down, they think it's a satanic ritual that's been done by the Hellfire Club, and this is now a gate to hell.
Yeah.
Which, what the fuck were people smoking in the 80s? Like, for Satanic Panic to be a thing?
It's just stupidity, isn't it? Like,
yeah, and it's just, what a finale and what a gut punch. Like, this is the biggest loss the group have taken, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they are affected by that in season 5, because at the end of season 4, obviously, like, Will turns around to Mike and is like, have you spoke to 11? And Mike's like, well, she's never lost.
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time 11's ever lost, and it's crazy to think. Like, mad, absolute mad, but exquisite fucking television.
Yeah, I do like the final shot where it's like, it's all the core cast. It's like, you can actually see like all the terror in their faces, and like, oh, we're fucked here.
100%.
It's such a cool change to like every other end, and it's always, every other series kind of ended quite nicely.
Yes.
Where like they're all back together, and they do try it in this one, but then it's like, oh no, remember this is happening.
Yeah, because Will grabs the back of his fucking neck.
Fuck off, Will. Right. Special shout out then. I know you've been wanting to talk about it since it came out. Do you want to talk about Master of Puppets?
Oh my God. So Eddie, his part of the plan is to be a distraction to the dickhead demo bats, right? And to be a distraction, he throws the most metal gig ever in the history of the world and plays Master of Puppets in the fucking Upside Down to get the bats away so that Nancy, Steve, and Robin can go and fuck it up. And I remember when this episode came out and you were like, is that fucking Master of Puppets? And I was like, oh my God. Now, I'm about to out myself here on the internet, guys. I fucking hated Metallica for fucking years, but out of spite, like, I remember we were at a party and I said I liked Saint Anger, and this wee guy was like, oh my God, you can't like that. That is the worst Metallica song. And I was sick of people telling me what Metallica songs I was allowed to like. So on that principle, I was like, then I just won't like Metallica at all. Fuck Metallica, right? And then I am one of those people, I am the masses, who I heard Master of Puppets, I watched Eddie perform it in the Upside Down and went, oh my God, Metallica are my favourite band of all time.
I know you did.
like fully went back on my spite hatred of Metallica, and now I'm like, rah, love it. Greatest band ever. like this is one of the coolest scenes in this season is like Max running away from Vecna, Eddie playing Master of Puppets, and this has also opened up Metallica to a whole other crowd of people, like to the point where Metallica now on tour put up the Hellfire Club sign when they play Master of Puppets. My nieces know Master of Puppets purely from this one clip of Stranger Things.
Oh, I mean, Metallica didn't need the audience, but my God, man, like, they're the masters of marketing.
100%. And this is just so fucking cool. And then it just ends in Eddie sacrificing himself as a hero to those fucking dickhead demo bats. And then, oh my God, see that bit between fucking Dustin and Eddie as like, is it Enya? That like, I don't want to.
Oh, I don't know, but
here today. Like that's playing as Eddie's like, this is my year, Dustin. Like, I'm gonna cry talking about it. Like, what? And this is the thing though, is because Eddie became such a fast fan favorite. People were devastated because this was also the start of we release 4 episodes and then 2 episodes. So people, I think it was like a month gap between the main bit of the season and the last 2 episodes. So people had spent that month being like, fucking Eddie Munson's the best guy ever. Where are we getting Hellfire Club t-shirts? Let's fucking unite. And then the death of Eddie Munson, I think, is the hardest hitting death for the fan community since Bob. Pour one out for Bob, do you know what I mean?
Bob.
And oh my God, see at the end when Dustin is like to Eddie's uncle, like he was a hero and all this, you're like, oh, you bastards. But in the real world, Eddie Munson is basically getting named as the murderer and that it's his fault that this has all happened, but they presume him dead because obviously he's not being found, but he's in the upside down.
Pan-breed.
Honestly, well, or is he? And then, shut up, I can fucking dream. And then obviously, after all the Master of Puppet stuff and pour one out for Eddie, you've got the fact that Max is in a fucking coma. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, tough times. How will the Scooby Gang get out of this one, huh?
Yeah, basically, the gang is scuppered. This is how season 4 ends. The gang is scuppered as all the different explosion sites have all this red smoke, and all you hear is the like, so fucking good. And I am, again, I'm going to out myself on the internet one more time. I am a crier at season finales, right? It doesn't matter what finale it is. We could be watching a comedy TV show. We could be watching a drama. I will always cry at the finale. And I don't know how I'm going to cope with season 5. I really don't.
We'll just see what happens.
Like, I'm expecting a lot of, like, I'm going to be sitting on the couch being like, and Ross is going to be like, shut the fuck up. We do want to touch on it, but obviously we're not going to say too much. But there is a play called Stranger Things, The First Shadow. It's on in London and it's on in Broadway. It is a prequel to Stranger Things TV shows where it's the adults of Hawkins as teenagers.
Yeah.
And when I tell you this is one of the greatest stage productions I have ever seen in my fucking life.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Ross went down, was it last year we went?
Yeah, last October it was, yeah.
Oh my God. And it was just like, it is one of the most immersive productions I've ever seen. The effects are incredible. And I don't want to say too much because the Duffer Brothers have confirmed that the play is canon events.
Yeah.
And allegedly things within the play are going to be touched upon in season 5. Like to the point where it started out in London and now that it's in Broadway, they've taken bits out of the play.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the bits that they've taken out are going to be in season 5.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say anything that's going to possibly spoil it. But the play is about Henry Creel as a little boy and Joyce, Hopper, Bob, blah, 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 as teenagers and Hawkins High and how they all kind of deal with what's going on without knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's basically about Henry Creel before Henry Creel becomes one
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
But I don't want to go into it too much just in case I accidentally spoil something that might come up in season 5.
Yeah.
But if you have a chance to go and see the play, please go and please take us, because I would sit through that
It's
again.
stunning. Like the effects in that they use and the way they use all the space in it, like on the stage, is just it's beautiful.
Oh my god. And like the sound and it's one of those ones where, like, I mean, spoiler but not really, it's one of those ones when you're sitting down and then like something will happen on stage but then someone walks past you in the audience. It's one of those ones. Oh my god. Like, we went to see it and I think we straight up did the like hour walk back to our hotel just so we could keep talking about it. It was fucking incredible. Like, as soon as we left, we were like, can we go again? Like, it was so good. So again, if you have the chance to go to London, or if you're going to New York and get a chance to go see it on Broadway, please go and see it. And also take us. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right, troops, I'm not gonna lie to you, this has been such a labour of love trying to condense 3, 4 and the play into this episode. At this point, I don't know how long it's going to be.
Too long.
Yeah, that's true. If it's a super long one, guys, we're sorry, but fuck it. You're welcome, because we're tired. So, Stranger Things Season 5 comes out next week, either Thursday morning or Friday morning.
Comes out Thursday morning at 1 a.m.
Okay. Yeah, because I thought it came out on Wednesday, and I was like, fuck.
It'll probably just be all the different time zones.
Right. So, next week, you will have a bonus episode.
Yes.
Because don't say we're not fucking good to you. Where me and Ross have a good laugh talking about what the possible theories for season 5 could be. Yeah. And I do have a horrible feeling this might give like versus week energy where we're like, don't talk shit.
100% it will.
So if you like a versus episode and us slagging each other, next week's bonus episode is the best for you.
Happy days.
So you will have last week's episode of season 1 and 2, this week's episode of season 3 and 4 and the play.
Yep.
Next week's bonus episode of possible theories. And then you're all fucking set for when season 5 comes out.
Yes. And you won't hear us for 2 weeks because we're tired.
Yeah, don't fucking say we're not good to you, but we need a break. Your old mom and dad are tired. We need a break. We'll see you next week for the bonus episodes. And then fucking give us 2 weeks off, man. We're tired. Like, see you next week. Bye.
Bye.